Hello, everyone. Welcome. I have got a particularly exciting person that I'm going to bring on to this call today. Particularly exciting
Mm.
because she's a contractor. And this is, if you know me, I used to be an interior designer. And for years, I had worked with so many different contractors and people in constructions. And I always kind of wondered, like, where are the women in this industry? Like, I was always the only female on any project site. And I was like, darn, like, where are the women doing this, And then finally, years later, after closing my business years ago, right now, finally, here is a woman, construction worker, whatever. I don't know. We'll talk about it, right? But we've got this is really exciting also because her name is Sarah, but her name is also Sarah MacLeod. Hello, that's my maiden name. That's so cool. And we almost spell it identical. She's MAC and I was MC. So that when I saw her name come in, I was like, okay, now seriously, my BFF forever. So Sarah is 45-year-old. She lives in British Columbia, Canada. So welcome to the US side of things. So we're doing an international call here today. She's brother and sister, she's doing the whole family thing. Her whole family is in construction. And so I'm just really, really excited to bring you into this call and just sort of check in and have you just share a little bit about like who you are. Like tell us a little bit about who you are and what your life looked like before you actually started this online business.
Sure. Thank you. So nice to meet you, Tal. Thank you for having me. And actually, I live in Calgary, Alberta. I'm from BC, British Columbia. So right now I'm in Calgary and born and raised in Kamloops, BC. And yeah, just had a big family there. My family has a family business, a construction business there. So I've always been working around construction and that sort of atmosphere. I didn't really know what I wanted to do for school right away, so I waited a bit. I was kind of a late bloomer, but I worked, had a few jobs, and also worked for my father in construction a little bit here and there. And then I decided I'd like to do, I worked in retail, so I thought, yeah, I don't know if I want to work in retail. Let's try something maybe in construction, but I didn't want to do, just I didn't want to do like a long program, so I went into surveying, which is called geomatics engineer technology. So actually, I came out to Calgary with retail, and then I decided, yeah, this is not for me. So I went to SAIT in Calgary and got my 2-year diploma in geomatics. And I started with a corporation that's part of the City of Calgary's electric system. And so it's a power company. So I started surveying there and I worked there for about 13, 14 years.
Wow.
And yeah, unfortunately, at the end of 2018, we all lost our jobs. They decided to contract us out.
Oh my.
So that was really hard to take because I was with the company for a long time and I honestly thought I was going to retire there. So that sort of made me pivot and think about, wow, like this is so scary.
Hmm.
1 minute you're working for a corporation that, you're in a union, you're paying union dues, you think that you're protected, and the next minute they give you a pink slip and tell you that you have 1 month to finish your jobs and you're gonna no longer work there anymore.
Yeah, I have to say that that is particularly a story that I hear from a lot of people, and it's really unfortunate. And it's one of the reasons why I became an entrepreneur because I also lost my job. This was after 9/11. And I was in a big career, had great salary, was traveling all over the world, designing hotels all over the world. And just like that, my job was gone in a blink of an eye. And so I was like, whoa, that's kind of not cool. Like, I have to find a way to take control of my own income so that I'm always in control of it, right? So I make what I need to make and, that sort of thing. So I
Right.
completely sympathize with that. And that's actually, being a part of the union, you really do. A lot of people think that they're safe that way,
Yes,
but
you're
anything
not.
can happen. And I think that a lot of people with this last shutdown just 6 years ago, I won't say what the word is. Don't want us to get swiped, right? That it was also an eye opener for a lot of people as to wait, the job industry is not as secure as I thought it was going to be, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So fast forward to fairly recent because you just pretty much started the last summer, or this summer, I should say.
Yes.
So yeah, so tell us a little bit about how you came across this online high ticket sales. Like what caught your attention? What made you say, that might be something I want to look into?
Well, just to back up a little bit, I always thought about doing some sort of online side business, but
Mm,
nothing ever really aligned with me. I've had lots of people reach out for different products and, Arbonne, the wellness company, the wellness box, all those different things. And I thought they were pretty cool and, they probably have some good advantages, but I
great
just
products, yeah.
yeah, great products, but I just was never the type, like the salesy type. And I
Mhm.
didn't really want to feel like I didn't ever want to push anything on people because I felt sometimes that I was getting pushed a lot from other people on these things. And I thought, yeah, that's just not my type. So I sat back and actually just saw a few posts and stories from someone in this community and that I knew. And they started posting about this opportunity and just the business and the community and the support and yeah, like some of the checks that they were getting, right?
Right.
And I was like, wow, and this is interesting. And then I saw some other mutual friends in Alberta that was, through Instagram, that they were hopping on the same train and they were posting about it. And I thought, wow, isn't this interesting? They're actually real people that I know. And I thought, wow, that's really cool. So I'm going to are you still there, Tel?
I'm here.
Okay, good. I thought, well, this is interesting. I got to look more into it. So I did reach out to the person and I said, what's this about? And they started asking me questions and yeah, and then I hopped on a call and then I was very interested once I found out the product because I
Mhm.
knew about the product for years. Like and to hear that that was the product, I was like, this is totally aligning with me. And, I'm very, health and wellness. Well, health and wellness is very important to me.
Mhm.
And yeah, I've always looked at things differently, especially in the last 5 years, what has happened, how we have to really advocate for ourselves and take care of ourselves
Mhm.
because, there's going to be no doctor, no government, no one that's going to take care of us for us. So we really have to do that for ourselves. So when I heard about the product, I was yeah instantly excited about it, and then I had another call, and then that's when I decided to join.
I love that. You said a few things here that just really hit home. And the first thing I'm going to say is when you saw the checks, right? So, well, no, let's rewind. So the first thing that you were talking about is how you were seeing people that you know doing this, and you're like, wait, what? So there was like a whole trust thing because you know them, you like them, and you trust them. So wait, this is a friend of mine or a friend of a friend or someone that I've been following, whatever, and so there's a whole trust thing. So then you start paying attention, and then you start seeing the checks, and that's the part I kind of want to tap on because a lot of people, I came from an MLM industry before this, a low ticket, doing the products and the superfoods, and which I still love and still buy on every single month, and I still consume because I love it so much. But I came in with a little bit of background as to the products and the sales and the business side of it. And when I started seeing the checks, from the person that I had met just randomly on Instagram, I didn't even know her, right?
Right.
But we started following each other. And, when I started seeing the posts of the checks, my very first instinct was that can't be real.
Right. Oops, yeah.
Like, no, that can't be,
Hmm.
especially since I didn't really know her,
Right.
only been following her for a few weeks. And I was like, No, that can't." And then I started seeing them again and again and again and again and again. And then I started clicking on the people that she was following or that were following her to see if,
Right.
wait, are there others like this? And yeah, there were others like this. And I was like, Oh, that's kind of wild, right? And it was funny because in my other business, my upline was saying to me, my sponsor was like, "Oh, that's so cheesy. Why would you show checks? Like that's so personal, that's so private." And I thought, yeah, but that's what's making me really interested. If that's real, like I want that, right? So I'm glad that you had a similar experience with seeing checks. And, it's something that I sometimes hesitate, but then I'm like, no, this is the real thing. Like people nowadays are really hungry for that additional income, right? So
Absolutely.
you ultimately decided to start, and I believe you started in August, right? Is that
Yep,
correct?
just the end of July, 1st of August. Yep.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. And so tell us a little bit about what's changed in your life as a result of coming into this business.
So yeah, like in the beginning, was I was nervous and scared, and I didn't really know what to expect because I've never been in the in the affiliate marketing before or online sales.
Mhm.
And so I didn't really know how I was going to portray everything. And I knew that this was going to be a long-term thing. So I knew that, I'm older, I'm not young, so I don't have anything to prove. But I wanted to make sure I did it right and I wanted to learn as much. So I didn't start posting right away. I started thinking about it, wondering really what my why was.
Mhm.
And then really got clear with my why,
Mhm.
and it started to feel so right because you're right, Tal, like in this world right now and the economy, like we all need a second some stream of something, right? Because you just never know what's happening, and we just have to have that backup. And when I lost my job, I just wanted that backup. But not only that, but I want to show other people as well that you can have that. So I wanted to help people. I'm a very, caring, helpful person, like to look out for people.
Mhm.
And yeah, so I was really blown away when I first started about the community. So insane, so supporting, and
Yeah.
we're all working together. There's none of this nitpicking,
Yeah.
back and forth. Women try to step on other women's toes. It was empowering, and yeah, we were all working together. And I mean, yeah, at my age, I think, I have my good friends and things like that, but I think I was always kind of looking for that as well. And I was so blessed to come across this. Like not only the business, but the community was unmatched, like anything like I've ever, experienced.
Yeah, I love how you're touching about your age. You're 45, right? And I'm
Yes.
52. And I think that I started in this industry. I think I was like 43 when I started with my MLM. And I think that something happens when you go over 40, right? You start understanding that anything you do as a venture has to be well thought out. Like you have to really truly understand and really truly believe it, because we know we're kind of running out of time where this happens, and we're starting to think about our retirement and how we want to live out the rest of our lives and this and that. And so we have to be really mindful and really thoughtful with the things that we decide how we're going to spend our time when it comes to earning an income. And so
Yes.
yeah, I love that you're touching on that, because I want people to know that you're never too old. It's
Never.
never too late. It's not about starting over, it's about adding on. And when you're
That's right.
adding on something, because you're still doing construction and I'm still a fitness trainer, right? So
Right.
we're just adding on. We're just sort of
That's it.
elevating and uplifting our way of life, and also our mindset, which is
Right.
so great about this, because unlike the low ticket space, the mindset that you need in order to have a high ticket online business, you have to be really clear with your why,
Right.
you
Yeah,
know,
you come back to it all the time, right?
all the
And
time.
yeah,
Yeah. And when you're at our age, that why is actually way more significant than when we were 30 or 35, you know?
totally.
Yeah. So I absolutely love that you brought that up. I wasn't going to go into the age thing, but I think it's important. I am
It
very
is.
loud and proud about my age at 52 and still going, and always open to opportunities. This is definitely the best opportunity that I've ever undertaken. Already semi-retired from my fitness training. And so it's really been
Good for you.
so beneficial to me. And I'm so glad to hear that it has also been for you as well. So let's
Yes.
talk a little bit about, let's kind of wrap it up a little and say, if you if you were to say to someone who's like curious or not curious, but more skeptical, for example, because the much more mature you are, the more skeptical you are. There's all these scams going on online and all kinds of things going on. So if you were to talk to someone who's kind of on the fence and skeptical, not quite sure what this is about or what to believe or how to trust, the things that you're saying, what are you going to say to them? Like if they're
Hmm.
watching this right now, like what's the message you want to send to them?
Don't wait because I waited. I started seeing these posts like last January, February, and I inquired and then I thought, no, Sarah, like this is, it's a scam. Just wait and see, right?
Mhm.
And I would have been so much further ahead if I would have started earlier, but that's okay. That's life. And I am totally the stars aligned and I am where I am. And I'm so grateful and so happy to have this amazing community. But yeah, I just think you just got to start and you're investing the product speaks for itself.
Mm.
So you don't it's not like yeah, the reviews and everything on the product speaks for itself. So there's nothing to think about. You have an amazing product and
Top
the
of the line,
community
best in the world. Yeah.
best in the world and the health benefits from it are yeah, unreal,
Hmm.
right? And it's better to yeah, it's good to be preventative, especially in this world with everything, all the the toxins that we're breathing, that we're drinking, that we're eating in, so in our system. So it's just yeah, it's just all around. I think it's a no-brainer, honestly. When I found out about the product, it's definitely just something I'm so aligned with, and the people inside are just regular people like me and you, and they're no special. I never had a big, I don't have a big Instagram following or anything like that. I
Mhm.
just started and everything's just been so easy and laid out, plug and play. And if I have any questions, there are multiple people to
Mhm.
answer my question because our group is now, I think, at 1,400, Tal.
Yeah, in a year. We've grown that much in 1 year. Well, 13 months. We've grown
Crazy.
that much. Isn't that wild?
So
And it's
wild.
so wonderful because everyone, like you said earlier, everyone's literally working together. There is no friction. There is no, oh, that's my sale, but no, that doesn't even exist. Like it's just really a team effort. And when you can be in an environment with a bunch of women and some men, and you're really kind of really finding this sisterhood of all levels, right? It's really such a beautiful place. And I love that you just said, just don't even wait because there is no time like right now. The absolute present is what matters now, not the past and less of what's happening. Now is what's going to make the future, right?
Yes.
So the longer you wait, the longer you're going to have that future that you want. I
Yes.
love
So
that.
true.
You're so
So
you're
true.
so spot on, Sarah. I just want to thank you so much for coming
Oh,
on and for sharing. And I can't wait to have more and more conversations with you. This is so
yeah.
wild.
Back
And
at you.
yeah, I'm really, really thrilled that you said yes to coming on and answering some
Thank
of my
you.
questions. So I appreciate you. Have an amazing day, girl.
Thank you.
Have
You
an
too, Tal.
amazing day. Yeah, of
Look
course.
forward to talking to you again.
All right.